What is up, guys? Technical Stinkers here, checking in on our little 3D print operation for the day. If you're new to the channel, uninitiated or unfamiliar, I do 3D printing here at home. Things to improve my life, fix stuff around the house, sell on the internet for money, or just show off and have a good time. If you're interested in any of those things, be sure to subscribe to the channel. What am I working on today? Well, you see, I got a lot of printers running on a lot of different things. Well, kind of a lot of them on the same thing and a few different things. Just thought I'd throw it out there and vlog and kind of showcase what I'm doing. I'm gonna split this into two parts. Usually I kind of just go through one vlog over the course of like a couple hours. But I wanted to highlight what I'm printing right now and then follow up tomorrow morning or sometime throughout the day tomorrow with the progress on these and what I'm using them for. Maybe make it a little bit interesting to kind of show the passage of time, I suppose. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. Let's start over here on the P1P. All right, so I know I've been talking up my short game recently, and no, not my golf game, because I'm a scratch golfer, man. I don't need to work on my golf game. Over here on the P1P with the double AMS, I've got another time lapse running, this time with this iPhone here on there, and I'm using, that's right, we're back here in the business end of the P1P. I'm using this, the Bambu Labs time-lapse kit, the one that I cobbled together myself with the separate parts instead of just buying the kit. I've got it here on the P1P on the iPhone, and I'm doing yet another K-pop Demon Hunters model. This is Mira. This is an XXL version as well, so this one should be a good, 12 to 15 inches tall. I kind of organized the plates based on the color. All of her hair pieces are in pink, so I'm doing them all just in one go here. Should be a pretty quick print. I'm time-lapsing it though. This is the first smooth time-lapse with that dongle on the P1P, so I'm anxious to see how it turns out. The lighting in here is not great because it's underneath this shelf. P1P is obviously within a frame. These lights here, can only go so far, but we're gonna see how it comes out. Here on the Cobras, we're running something that's kind of boring, but you've been following the channel, you know that the boring prints are kind of like the fun part of 3D printing for me anyway. I've got that on Cobra 1, Cobra 2, and down here on the Flashforge, the same thing. These are cable raceways for under the desk. So tomorrow morning when these finish up, we're gonna take those over to the office because one of my big projects over the past week was renovating my office, the warehouse. So I built walls, I did all the flooring, did some electrical, did a whole bunch of stuff, put in a ton of time over there. And so I got new desks for everybody as well, the same desks I have in my office because they work so good, but there's nowhere to hide the cable. So I'm printing up a whole mess of these to take over there just so they can have like a clean and proper look. Also on the Giga, I'm gonna show what I'm trying to print on the Giga, but having an issue, and I think I might blame it on the Infinity Flow S1. This is the big version with the 5 kilo spool. You can see here, I started the print, then this happened. All right, so what happened is as soon as the print starts, it starts pulling in the filament, the extruder, and so the Infinity Flow S1 up there, it kind of pushes the filament along and assists it along, but I guess it's exerting too much force because it completely blew out the, what do you even call this thing? The thing that holds the tube in place on the print head. Now I remember when I had the original print head for the Giga, this thing actually popped out pretty easily on that one as well. Didn't think much of it, but it's like the grommet, the seal. I'm not sure if that's really gonna pick up. It seems to be just like a pressure fit sort of seal down in here. Well, the Infinity Flow S1 is pushing with such force that it pops it out and then it just starts to run away. And so if I'm not in here when this happens, the Infinity Flow is just gonna keep pushing until, what's 338 meters per kilo, so 338 times 5 is, but put in the meme of the woman with all the like formulas and she's confused or whatever. It's a lot. It's over 1 kilometer of filament. And I don't really want that to happen, so I just killed the print. Gonna have to return to it and see what's doing there because now that gives me the serious heebie-jeebies because I didn't even consider now I've got a second piece of machinery that could be forced to filament. Not really the Infinity Flow S1's fault per se. It's probably more so on not having the little tube thing properly secured, affixed to the Armstrong Giga's print head. So we're gonna be coming back on that. So let's see what I got going on in the office. Also too, when I'm doing time lapses, little tape on the lights so you don't turn off the lights. Kind of like putting a sock on the doorknob so your roommate knows not to come in. And looks like something else rolled in. So I guess we'll look forward to putting that together. Also too, you know, my short game, I'm doing another time lapse over here of another item. And also, I don't know if you saw the short of the time lapse I did. I'm just trying different stuff. This is like real crowd pleasery stuff. I refuse to do Marvel stuff. I hate Marvel. But I'm hoping Mortal Kombat's not owned by Marvel. Anyway, did this Sub-Zero model because a new trailer came out for a new Mortal Kombat movie, and I'm like, okay, that's just kind of what I'm going for, the strategy anyway, trendy stuff. And so that's popular right now. People are looking for it. I'll 3D print a Mortal Kombat figure, and then maybe I'll get some views off of it. Shorts are working out really good. Over here doing another time lapse, also with the Bambu dongle on the back. Might do a content on that because I ran into some issues with that. You know what? I did record that. Roll that now. Replying to YouTube comments currently, one-handed with my wrong hand because I've got this here Cyberbrick Bambu Labs expansion board, core board. I got two of them to do those time lapses over there. Success. I guess I can let go now. Let's see how bad my thumb is. Ow. So this is just kind of an addendum to whenever I vlog again. Maybe today, I don't know. But can we unplug it from the ultimate desk hub? So I got the time-lapse kit. I mentioned that in the previous vlog with the expansion board and the core board separately. So basically the time-lapse kit, it comes out to the same money. It's not like you save or spend any real additional money with it. You can't see that in my stationery. So I had spare cables and I got a satisfactory result. I'll probably show in this vlog, the Mortal Kombat theme, but this second one was not flashing, and you have to flash the firmware over to time lapse when you buy these individually piecemeal because they're set defaulted on RC. I'm trying to flash this one and it is just not working at all. And so scouring the internet for days, tickets with Bambu Lab, and finally I find this little tiny little post in a Cyberbrick forum saying you have to hold down this button here, this teeny tiny little button. It's like 0.5 millimeter wide during the entire flashing process, which was about like 5-6 minutes, which doesn't seem like a big deal, but my poor little thumb here, I'm gonna have that little dimple in my thumb forever. So got this set up. I guess we'll plug it in and see if it works. So yeah, it wasn't working, and you just gotta press little buttons on it to make the thing work correctly. But luckily, we've got both operating now. Over here doing a very basic print off Maker World. It's a coffee bag clip that's got a spout on it. I've mentioned in a few videos, my wife and I go through oh my God, we go through like a bag a week, like a 5-pound bag every week of espresso beans. So that'll be a nice thing to have. Figured I would just take a lesson from my friend Freaky 3D and just do basically everything and make shorts out of it because he's getting 3 million views a day. And so I want some of them views. So I'm doing some of those here now, and I'm just kind of highlighted on the vlog here. You can hear the camera going off every time it does a layer. Luckily, one color print makes it a lot easier for it. That's what I'm working on right now. Those two time lapses, the cable raceways, and trying to troubleshoot on the Giga. I've also got, you saw that Cobra S1 combo just rolled in. It just was on the doorstep, and so just brought that in. So probably gonna be working on that too, maybe here tomorrow. All right, so it is the next morning and our little cable raceways are done. So we're gonna pop these off, take them over to the office, put a few in, probably not all of them, just in case they wanna reorient how they're doing their wiring and whatnot. Over here on the P1P, we got our pink parts for our Mira model all done. Got those in the office. We'll look at those later, but I wanted to get the next set going. This is one day is 25-hour print. So again, using, I think 4 or 5 of the colors on AMS, doing that here. All the pictures I took with that first time lapse were in HEIC, which can't be parsed by the assembling program I'm using for the time lapse, which is a bummer. So it's like I got to batch convert all of them or just not use it, use the one off the machine, which I don't want to do. So wanted to make sure that this one's going to look okay before I left. It seems like it'll be all right. So let's pop these off. 2 up here, Cobra 1 coming out just fine. Again, these are utilitarian and go up underneath the desk. So I'm not ultra worried about like quality or anything, but Cobra putting out pretty good quality. Considering these have been off, completely turned off for a long time. Literally, there was a dead stink bug sitting on the top of that plate because I can't see it. It was all dusty, and I just turned them on, didn't level them or do anything like that. Did put some nanopolymer adhesive on this one. Holy cow. Maybe a little too much nanopolymer adhesive. Let's go ahead and crack that off. Got those there. Don't let me forget to reorient that plate. Cobra 2. Looking good. Not bad at all. New filament. Okay, so a little spitty on the inside. A little, what do you even call these things? These little hangers on. Outside looks fine though. Let's check on the Flashforge. Did these in PET G. You can tell where I switched over from Elegoo Rapid PET G Pro to the Sunlu PET G standard. Little bit of a demarcation there, but structurally speaking, A+. These PET G prints just coming off the plate like a dream. With the, I know I keep harping on about nanopolymer. They didn't give me any money or anything. They just gave it to me, and I've been using it, and it works great. It's definitely top 5 things that I've gotten over the past, say, year or so. So link in the description below. Buy some. Use my link so I get some money. But very nice product. I like it quite a lot. It's a little pricey, but you know, people were saying I should cut it and dilute it down with like alcohol in a spray bottle or something. I just been putting a few drops, put on a rubber glove, and wipe it around a little bit. It seems to work fine. And it's like maybe every 5 or 6 prints, depending on where the print is on the bed. I don't even know if I need to do it that much, but it's a big bottle and it seems like it'll last a while. So anyway, got all my cable raceways here. Let's take these over to the warehouse and pop a few on. So I had a bunch of extra ultimate pen cups, so I'm gonna give everybody an ultimate pen cup. All right, so I'm underneath here in the catacombs. It's kind of an opportune area. They still gotta like organize their computers and, you know, getting new monitors and stuff like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and pop one of these in place just because, you know, I know it will be an area that needs it. So very simple design, right off printables. Screw it in via here, and this hole here lets you put your screwdriver through there. Kind of makes me think that, like, you know, if you got a small business or something like that, maybe it's a good idea to have, like, you know, a really easy to use 3D printer just in the office for stuff like that. Pen cups, cable raceway holders, whatever. I've got that Anycubic Cobra S1 combo after I do the review on that. Maybe I'll just bring it here for that kind of thing, and, you know, I can, like, remotely send jobs to it. You know, assuming there's no issues with it. It's pretty easy to, like, understand, but, you know, that's kind of like maybe a good, maybe another video. Like, you know, do you have a small business? You should have like a little 3D printer for, you know, random BS like that. All right, so back in the cut, got a few things started here. We've got Cobra 1 and Cobra 2 on more of those cable raceways. Not gonna do any more on the Flashforge, mainly because I think I've got enough here. Also, Flashforge is running low on the PET G. I don't want to tap into a new spool. P1P seems to be doing great on the never met. For future reference, never say anything is doing great until you look at it and say, that's doing great. Looks like I got a bunch of filament stuck on the nozzle there. I can't touch, it's gonna go to the back before I can get at it. Hopefully it wipes it off, but the print seems to be doing okay. Over here on the Orange Storm Giga, something to wrap up sort of a previous project we've been working on. I don't know if you can see that there. Editing mat, just put a screenshot. I know, you're sitting there editing and you're like, oh, why did I say that? I'm gonna have to go and like screenshot it or video record or screen cap or something. Just do it, you lazy fuck, or something. Just do it, you lazy fuck. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing here. So this is a base for the Griffin statue to sit on the pedestal. Went out there and measured the pedestal, and so I made sort of a cube that goes down inside the hollow of the column, the pillar, the post. Did it take 3 attempts to say post? It goes inside of it, and then there's some like Art Deco inspired sort of things that go on the outside to help kind of stabilize it. Also, I put screw holes in to screw the statue in, and then I might just epoxy it in place if it looks good. So that's what I was trying to print previously on the Giga when the Infinity Flow was pushing against it. And I'm not sure it's the Infinity Flow's fault. I think I needed to press that in there. Either way, I disconnected the Infinity Flow because this takes about 1 kilo. I've got plenty here. It's not gonna be a problem. So I disconnected it and got it running here. But really the genius thing that I was thinking of is like, you know, I want a time-lapse gig of stuff. I've been time-lapsing everything else. So I've got a super space-aged, advanced time-lapse thing going on here. As you can see, it's currently got a fantastic view of all the action. It's just a GoPro strapped to the gantry, and as it rises, it should, you know, it'll be like, you know, and it'll show the time-lapse of the print like on the same plane as it goes up. And I knew when I put it on here, the first few, you know, seconds, I guess, are gonna be basically nothing because the gantry's so low. But as it rises up, because this print's about 140 millimeters tall, so 6 inches tall, it'll get most of it, hopefully anyway. And I know some people might say like, you know, well, you could put it on, you could 3D print like a clip, and I plan to do that. I just wanted to see how this turns out first. So I just put this little Velcro strap here. And I was gonna mount it to the top, but the Velcro strap, as it moves up, the weight of the power cable and stuff, it might cause it to, you know, fall down. So I want gravity to do some work for me there. So getting started on that print now, just straight lining it and just mainlining that filament right into the print head. We'll see how that comes out. Those are the 3D printer-y things that I'm working on today. Love to know what you think about any or all of these projects. Which one's the most interesting to you, or do you hope to see the most progress on? Just let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like the video because it's the nice thing to do, and of course subscribe for more content like this on the Technicals. See you next time.